Let's just get right into this video. You guys don't want fluff, you just want to see where I spend my money, and I respect that, so let's get into it. This video is going to be split into three main parts in terms of where I spend my money, starting with the first place that my money goes to every single month, which is business expenses. Business expenses for me looks like putting money into staff, employees, contractors, as well as automations and things that just make my business flow easier without me having to put a lot of my time and energy into them. A lot of the aspects of my businesses, which I won't get into the details on what businesses I have here, but a lot of them are fully automated, which allows for me the lifestyle freedom that I like and that I prioritize. So that is why my money goes there first. Right now, I have three main contractors, people on staff: Rebecca, Naomi, and Harsh. Hello, Harsh is my editor. And I have multiple people that I contract on the side as well, but these are the people that I repeat, as well as different, automations in place. Ones that come to mind include MailChimp, it's an email platform, as well as I have a WhatsApp business numbers, etc., etc. I learned about putting my money here first through taking various online business courses. I took a couple higher ticket online courses to teach me certain skills as I was building my business. I made a full video about it, so check that video out if you haven't. I won't describe it here. As well as, I have to mention here my new course that I launched for small YouTubers, so people with 6K or less subscribers who are trying to get money from their YouTube subscribers currently, because you absolutely can make money even with less than 6K subscribers. So if that interests you, look in my description, definitely send me a message. Next place I put my money after I pay off my business expenses is into investments. You might have heard before the saying that it is so important to pay yourself first, and I really take that to heart. What that means is that you pay yourself in terms of your investments, your goals for your future prior to paying your bills. Because if you pay yourself first, you will find a way to make more money and be able to sustain yourself and pay your bills. That's why I put my money into investments first before paying out my bills. On a monthly basis, I do put money into the stock market. I won't get into detail on the specific stocks and things like that because I am no expert by any means, but I do use the app Wealth Simple. I'll have a link in the description if you want to check them out. I think they're so great, so easy to use, definitely beginner friendly, and I do have a significant amount of money in there already, but on a monthly basis I do put my money in there, as well as about once per year I will invest in real estate on a minimum. For the past 3 years I've been doing that. So I have a couple different properties and they are rented out and they don't really make me a ton of money right now, but they do pay the mortgage, so that when the mortgage is paid off in 20 years from now, I will have a house that is fully paid off, fully mine. That is an extremely great asset to have. But now, because I'm a little bit more experienced with real estate, just a very small amount, right? I'm no expert. I do feel comfortable investing in some bigger things, such as small condos or townhomes where I can actually be making a good amount of money every single month initially, just from purchasing that place, having renters in that. They would cover my mortgage and some, and that is going to be my next investments. But this is also something that is my hobby. It's not something that I really have to push myself to do. I love thinking about these things. I love, on the weekend, just popping into open houses just to check them out. I love speaking about this to other people, reading these types of business books. So this is why the investment side of things is really important to me and something that I place high value in. I learned this was fully self-taught. It's not like anyone taught me this while I was growing up. I learned this through doing a lot of research online. There is a plethora of free videos describing what a stock is, how to make money in real estate, so many valuable videos out there, and I'd watch them very intently and I would take notes, and I read books as well and just gathered as much knowledge and information as I could to teach myself. And then in addition to that, I also spoke a lot to people who were experts in the industry. I'm very blessed that my uncle is a real estate agent in Vancouver who does well for himself. He was able to connect me to people, and my first 2 properties he connected me with, as well as teach me a lot of things, answer a lot of my questions really quickly. So I would really recommend, if you're interested in this kind of stuff, do your research first and then talk to people in the industry. They're so willing to help you. I'm so willing to help people. I think this is such an underrated thing even to this day, and that I know the markets are different now than they were when maybe our parents were trying to enter into a market like this, but it is still a possibility. So if you're interested more in this, I can make a video specifically pertaining to this. And the third and final place that my money goes to at the end of the month, when all those other, staff, business expenses, and investments are paid out, are my daily needs. So I was considering how much I spend on my daily needs, and it definitely fluctuates, but I'm gonna say around 25% of my income, and that's being kind of generous, is spent on daily needs. And what I mean by daily needs is like rent, feeding myself, clothing myself, those basics, as well as like going out and doing fun things. Maybe 30%, but even that, I think it's more like 25%. And the reason it is so low is ever since I was young, I would say I really had this idea that I shouldn't spend a ton of money, and not that I can now, and I feel okay with doing that, but because I have other goals and things that bring me joy right now, like investments and being able to buy those kind of things, I don't have a huge desire to spend a bunch of money on things I have now. I split a lot of things, a lot of my costs, like my rent, etc., that's split, so that really helps me save money. And my everyday expenses, like I do cook at home a lot because cooking actually brings me joy and I enjoy the process of it, so I do that. I of course love to go out and eat, but I also like to make things special. I love going and doing experiences. So when I spend my money on a daily basis, I definitely spend money on experiences and things that I want to do. I do not restrict myself, but if they're like extremely glamorous things, I kind of take it down a notch, and I can do more glamorous things. Honestly, I can stay at really, really nice hotels when I travel, for example, but I'm okay with like spending half the amount, just downgrading like half a star in the hotel ranking, and just putting that money into investments for right now, because don't worry, in like 5-10 years from now, I'll be able to do that all the time and not stress ever. So that is kind of the plan, but that's where I am right now in terms of spending my money on a daily basis. Things I really value are experiences. Like I said, I also really like to travel, and I go back home a lot. My family's in Vancouver, most of them, so I definitely go across the country because I'm in Toronto right now to go visit them. And when I'm there, I don't really spend a ton of money because I don't need to pay for accommodation, and flights are kind of fairly affordable, and I still work while I'm there, so I do that a lot. I love like hosting events. I love doing things for others, of course, giving to my family and friends, but right now I think I'm in a season of doing that in terms of making them feel special, giving them quality time. Like for example, I had an aunt who was turning 65, and I went and flew out to visit her specifically, spend the day with her, buy her a really nice dinner, like do an activity with her. And I think that means a lot more than just, writing a check. For me, at least in this season, I'm trying to prioritize those kind of things, including my quality time, because I have the freedom to do that. So that is, that's the third part. All of this is really put into place financially for me because I do prioritize assets over liabilities. And if you guys do not know like the exact definition of an asset and a liability in terms of finance, I would highly recommend you look up that definition and read it. Even if you have a general idea of what it is, it's so important to actually know the exact definition. That is something I was exposed to by the first book I ever read that was nonfiction many years ago, which is Rich Dad Poor Dad. I've talked about this book in previous previous videos, and I know a lot of people don't love Robert Kiyosaki, the author, but I really find this particular book very valuable in terms of understanding finances and how to create wealth. So Rich Dad Poor Dad, definitely a book that taught me a lot in terms of assets and prioritizing them and making it fun to prioritize them over liabilities. Like, I do not have the desire for a fancy car, and that is pretty much because I can recognize it as a liability rather than an asset. Won't get into detail on that, but check out that book. And just a little disclaimer, this is how I spend my money currently, right? Like, there is definitely going to be changes as life progresses, as well as this is not where I spent my money before. A big cost and expense that I did not consider now because I do not have to pay it is education cost, and I do invest in like online courses and education pieces like that, but I consider it more of business expenses now because they're not as high, whereas before I was like putting myself through law school, which is like $100,000 proposition, so a lot of my money was going there. But I've graduated, I am, you know, certified and all that, so I don't need to pay for that. But this is where I am now. If you made it this far in the video, you're amazing. If you are also a fellow small YouTuber, or you're someone who wants to start a YouTube channel, definitely join my YouTube community on WhatsApp. The link is in the description. Just send me a message. I will put you in there. It is a really great place to grow your channel and just be supportive with other people in the community. Everyone's so friendly. It's free. It's a great community. I post a lot of content that YouTube doesn't see on there as well. So send me a message and let me know if you like this video down in the comments. It honestly means so much when I get your YouTube comment feedback, especially if you made it to this point of the video. Comment down a starfish emoji. Is there a starfish even as an emoji? I'm sure there is. If not, put a star. I don't know why I just immediately thought about a starfish. But anyways, if you did make it to this point, comment down a starfish emoji, comment down video ideas, comment down, you know, critiques of this video if I can improve in any way, or things that you particularly liked. I would really love that. I think you guys are so amazing. I feel like I'm growing such an amazing community on here, and you guys are really the ones that are fostering that. So thank you so much. Don't forget to like, comment, like I said, and subscribe. I will see you on my next video, and I will also see you in my WhatsApp community group. And that's it. Have a great day. Oh, and check out this video if you have not checked this one out already. If you like this video, you will absolutely love this one. I'll talk to you in my next video. Bye.